field trip. Woo! Look at this. That's so awesome.
She doesn't want to miss out on her pulpit.
I miss you, Holly. Hi.
Hello. Oh my God.
Hi.
Look at the kitchen. Ollie's in the house.
Yay. That's awesome.
Hi.
Hi. So happy to see you.
Oh, well, thanks for having me. I missed you guys.
It's been a long road.
I snapped my finger that I just came to Northern California. Boom!
There. Yeah. And is it raining there? It's raining here.
For the first time, it's not raining. We have had so much rain. And unfortunately, a lot of people have been evacuated. We had a customer yesterday from Santa Cruz that had been evacuated. So it's pretty scary. Mudslides, the usual California.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think we may be getting it from you. I think that's generally the weather pattern.
And I've seen there are potential mudslides here and the hills are so green. It looks like Ireland or something. Perfect for St. Patty's Day, but not great for the mudslides. No, it's not. But it's good for the
Hi, Kelly. Yeah, I'm excited to see what is in that box in front of you.
Okay, I need to describe right now the scent emanating from this beekeeper box. It's like the best beeswax candle scent. I mean, it's so fresh and amazing.
Yeah.
What is this, Holly? Where did you get this? I feel like it's like Mr. Rogers show and tell. Hello, my friend Mike, who I've worked with for the last 8 years. She has a friend who's a friend. I know a guy. I know a guy.
Okay, it's like it's the bee mafia.
So we have purchased his raw local honey for years, and honey, I'm home. So can you read this? Can you read?
Yeah, you can read it.
Oh, good. So I was like, before we were guessing.
High tech.
Yeah.
So, I've been getting honey from him for years, and we've been selling it, and we use it in all of our products. It's very high quality. It's local. It's fabulous. But I've always asked him for honeycomb, and honeycomb is hard to come by for beekeepers because that means that you're breaking down their house and storage system, and it takes a year for the bees to rebuild it. So what you see below is a typical bee box. Mostly when you see these, you'll see these stacked, probably.
Yes, I've seen that. Mm-hmm.
And so this is where the bees come in, and there's one opening in the front, and they come in, and then it's like a multi-level complex. And
it's condos.
It's condos. So these wood frames that you have, and there's a standard size. And you can see this one we've already harvested. It has a little bit of honeycomb in it. This is what they'll look like, and then the bees will fill this up from all their hard work, and it then looks like this.
Oh, look at that. Okay, so where, pray tell, are the bees?
These bees have been relocated to another hive, so that's why we're able to take this. That's why it's so hard to get beeswax, and that's why it's more expensive, because you are breaking down. That means you've relocated bees, you're breaking down all the wax. Now, when you extract honey, what you do is you take a hot knife and you slide it, because all these have been what's called caps. So the bees have sealed this so the honey doesn't ooze out of the comb.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
They're geniuses. They're brilliant. So you take this hot knife and you slide it along here, and that takes off the caps. And then you put these in this round. Through centrifugal force, it spins, and all the honey splats out on the side of it, and then over time, you put it at a little warm temperature, and it slides down, and then it comes out of the tube.
Oh wow!
It's really amazing.
I just learned so much in like 5 minutes. Okay.
Yeah.
I know.
I know. Yeah. Wait, tell us what you told us the other day about the bee colony. Like, just explain what happens and who runs.
Yeah, because otherwise, this is how rumors get started, Mike.
Right? Hi, Rocky Mountain Mike. Thanks for watching.
So bees are an extraordinary community. They all work together. Everybody has a job. The queen's job, of course, is to procreate, lay the eggs. There's a group of males that are only in charge of helping her breed, servicing the queen, and then everyone else is a worker bee. So literally, some work in the hive, some fly out of the hives to gather pollen. They're it's a masterful community, and there are certain jobs that bees have that once that job is done, they actually can change what their job is, and sometimes that means changing different things, in their actual physical structure. It's really cool.
Incredible.
They're amazing.
I wish we could morph. I would morph.
Yeah.
I just want to hear about their free healthcare.
So
okay?
they have I don't think they live that long. But they do have an extraordinary system. It's very efficient. We could learn a lot from, and it's a closed loop. There's zero waste. None. Nothing is ever. It's a brilliant.
Yes, Kelly. Deborah means bee in Hebrew, actually.
Oh, well,
so that is my foray into being a Jew. I'm a Jewish wannabe. At least I started with my name.
So the other extraordinary thing about honey is that people don't realize that honeybees are originally from Europe and parts of the Mediterranean. Mm-hmm. They're not native to the Americas. So all the bees that are in the Americas,
I didn't know that.
So how do we pollinate?
So there are native bees to the Americas, but they're very small and they look like, have you ever seen those big flies that with like longer wings? Those are our native bees.
Okay, what?
Oh, so we get crappy bees.
I know. Well, they also had birds. Birds
we get crappy bees.
You got the crap bees.
No, we have excellent bees. But the if you think about it, a lot of the honeybees, what they do is they pollinate, the flowers and different things for food systems. All of those food systems that we brought here and all of those foods that aren't native here require this pollination. So we had to bring the bees with us in order to grow a lot of these other foods. And when you're doing large scale agriculture, you need a lot more bees than you would normally in a non-agricultural setting, right?
Yeah.
So that's why the balance is off. So all the honeybees here, we're all have ancestors or from Europe.
Where the three of us are from.
Right.
I'm literally asking about the birds and the bees. Literally.
That's not the kind of show that this is, but that's for another time. We'll send you the Planned Parenthood. Anyway, so people don't realize that honeybees were brought in. So when people have a real concern about are the honeybees dying, and the truth is that they actually don't really belong here. Anyway, we brought them here to pollinate our large agricultural food systems, and they've since adapted to pollinate a lot of things for us. So the biggest threat to honeybees everywhere are pesticides, and the pesticide use is what's killing all the bees. So especially in large scale ag, like almond farms and things that really require a ton of pollination. Not all crops do, like grapes, for example, do not require bees. But that's what's killing the bees. So, and also don't spray anything in your yard, all that Roundup and awful stuff you're spraying in your yard.
No.
So if this, it is a problem, and but there are lots of things that we can proactively do to help it, like buy organic, use pesticides in your own home.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the bee story.
All right. So how many of those are filled up? Only one?
All of them were. These are our last two. We have two left. And what's also interesting is that they're different. If you see, they're different weights. So when these were all full, now it's you have to keep some room in between each one for the bees to fly into, right? So you can't squish them all together. What's really interesting is that they're kind of uneven, as you can kind of see. It's not a perfect, it's kind of wavy here.
Yeah.
Like if I run the hand, it's thick here, thinner here, thicker here. If we put all of these together and squish them together, they would fit perfectly. It's really strange.
Wow.
So it's just whatever, it's just this strange.
Like psycho bee. Whoa.
There must be Virgos, those bees. They're very thorough, and they're very good about getting, the symmetry is there.
God, that's just incredible.
Wow.
They're fascinating. They're really fascinating. So the honeycomb, of course, is the beeswax, and the beeswax is edible. You can make candles out of it. It dries nice and hard, so it actually is a good candle. We use it in our healing salve and in our lip balm because it is safe. It's edible product. Again, it's really important that if you are using beeswax in any of your bath and body products, to make sure that you're getting it from a good, clean, reliable source. It doesn't have any fillers or anything. It's naturally a very clean product, but people can add stuff to it to sort of extend it because it is expensive, So just make sure whoever you're getting it from. I found actually on Etsy there are a couple of really great beekeepers on there that are really reputable that you can buy beeswax from.
So how are you going to get it out of there? Is it attached to anything in there? Or?
So we're going to use a knife. It's a very high-tech operation here at Hollie Stone Road.
It's the Psycho Bee episode.
Wait a second. Do you sell honeycomb?
We do. We sell it seasonally because we, again, this one box, this is only the second box I've ever gotten in 8 years of working with my beekeeper. So one of these, we put them in little 4-ounce jars. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut this out of the frame.
Okay.
And we're going to chop some up so we can show you what it looks like, and then we'll jar some so people can see. But what's fun about this, once we have it, we'll show you. And then we can talk about ways you can use it and eat it and all that fun stuff. Okay, so Lisa, if you can lift this box and just do it from
Lisa, get to work.
Underneath here.
Whoa. Okay. Wow.
So through the magic of television. Oh, wait, we were going to keep that box here.
Oh, yeah, I think you should keep it there.
Why?
Because
Bring
I'm going to
it back, Lee.
bring it back. I'm going to put this on a cutting board on
thing,
top.
right?
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to put the cutting board on top. Sorry about that. I forgot.
Hey, okay, we're flexible.
So who got all the rest of those boxes of honey? Did you get them?
We sold them.
Oh, yay.
We sold them here at the store.
Nice.
So, yeah. Okay. So I do 2 sizes. I do one in a 16-ounce jar, and then we do one in our little 4-ounce jar. So we'll put these here for now.
Okay.
Here so you can see.
This is so cool.
So the thing about honeycomb is it seems like it would be really hard, but it's not. It's actually really soft. So when you bite into it, it's the hexagon part is actually paper thin. So you think it would be this hard thing, and it's not at all. You can, after you've sort of digested and had the honey, because once it's in your mouth and your body temperature, it kind of warms up pretty quickly. You get what's left is sort of a little piece of gum, in your mouth, and of course you can swallow it; it's perfectly fine, or you can spit it out, whatever you choose.
But also the vitamin content. I mean, isn't this like one of the most nutritious,
honey is
most amazing, miraculous things for your health? But then also, it's sweet. It tastes really good.
Honey is very good for you.
Candy. Yeah.
It's also, if you're watching your blood sugar issues or sugar intake, it absorbs more slowly into the body than sugar does. So your body metabolizes it a little slower, which for people with any blood sugar issues, that's important. The other thing that we should talk about is the difference between raw and not raw honey.
Ah, yeah.
So when you see the word raw on your honey, what that means, I'm just going to put gloves on because I should have done that. What that means,
she's covering the scene of the crime.
well, you guys do come from the Breaking Bad state, so know. So I'm just cutting along the edge. Can you see what I'm doing? And again, it's not. I'm not pressing hard at all. I'm just breaking through the caps and where the bees have already naturally sealed it.
That's incredible.
Wow, that's so cool.
I'm gonna cut here along.
So in that year's time, they filled all of those. Each one of those things. Wow.
It's like filled with honey, right?
Yeah, and inside is honey.
Inside the cone.
So there we go. So
my
now
God.
this
Oh
is
my God.
done, right?
Look at this on the side. It's just oozing out of the most.
So it's important to keep your honeycomb cool because you don't want it.
Yeah, to lose all that honey.
Just to go back really quickly to the raw honey point, is that raw honey means it hasn't been heated over 140 degrees. Anything over 140 degrees pasteurizes it, which kills all the bacteria. Both the beneficial and the non-beneficial. So generally, if you're going to
Chucky.
Whoa, watch out for that.
Okay, so if you want to take honey for medicinal purposes for digestion, for allergies, and all those things. Make sure it's raw.
It's raw,
It's beneficial bacteria. It's fine that if you just want to use it for a sweetener, but if you are taking it medicinally, and don't take a teaspoon and put it in your hot tea or coffee, because that's 190 to 200 degrees and you've just pasteurized. So always tell people teaspoon for yourself, teaspoon for your tea, right?
Got it. Okay. I've been guilty of that for a lot of years then.
Right.
See the kind of stuff we're teaching you. Okay, and if something happens to you from eating our honey, we're not responsible.
Right.
Okay, I'm saying that right now.
Nothing's going to happen.
We're not doctors.
It also doesn't ever go bad. It will crystallize because of crystallization is a result of what the bees have been feeding on. Honey will crystallize. All honey will crystallize eventually, but some things make and I don't know the reason for this, but I just know this is what beekeepers have told me. Certain things like thistles that they're feeding on it make it crystallize faster. The best way to do that is to take your warm tap water, put your jar in it and let it sit, and then the heat will eventually get rid of that.
Don't put it in the microwave.
Okay, so do you know anything about the way they rate honeys now? Like Manuka honey has a certain number and other honeys.
Yeah, I think the most important thing is that, again, for me, is to buy local. I know that, people want to get the Manuka honey, and, a lot of that stuff is grown from Australia,
Right,
or it's been plain for a long time. I just feel that, again, since honeybees are now all over the planet, thanks to the Europeans and their colonization efforts,
Reading it on a downer.
Yeah.
Okay.
And large scale agriculture.
Yeah.
You've got bees everywhere. So it's if you're gonna take honey medicinally, take local honey. It's the best thing you can do.
Also for allergies, it really works.
Okay. So now do you see this piece we have here, right?
Wow.
Yeah, that's gorgeous.
Okay, so now we're just gonna slice it into little pieces. We're gonna put into chunks, and then we're gonna put these chunks in the jar. And we'll put them in the jar. Lisa, my hands are all sticky. Can you pull that up so people can see the jar?
Cool.
Check this out, you guys. Look how beautiful.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Gorgeous. And just, God, I can't even tell you how good it smells.
So we'll cut one more slice just so you can see.
Gorgeous.
And we'll basically, what we'll do is we'll go down this whole thing, but you can see this is really fun to see.
Wow.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
And you can really get an idea of it, right?
Look at that.
Yeah, it's really beautiful.
It's a hell of a lot of work for the bees.
I know.
I'm telling you. Now I'm like, I hope we're paying like at least $80 a jar.
Well, I'll charge you that much if you want. Just kidding. For you, it's free.
But that's a lot of work. Those poor things.
Well, this is where you also understand again about food prices and how important it is to make sure that your people understand what it costs to produce these things.
Mm-hmm.
So what's great to do, what my favorite thing to do with the honeycomb is just to basically open up the little jars we put it in and put it on my charcuterie board and put a little a dull kind of cheese knife in there or a cute little spoon. And again, you'd be surprised how paper thin the wax is. It just, you've seen how easily this knife looks kind of intimidating, but I haven't been putting any pressure hardly at all.
She's got her cleaver. It cuts really easily.
So you just take a little knife, put it on, and then people can spread it on their thing, have a little cheese with it. It's just a fun thing. You can also take it out of the jar and just leave it on the cutting board and drizzle a little honey around it. It just looks really pretty. It's just a fun way to make something more interesting. It's festive. Most beekeepers will be harvesting in the spring. Spring harvest is the big harvest, and usually there's also one in the fall, but the big one is in the spring. Yeah. So April will be honey month here at Hollie's Homegrown, and we'll be having lots of our honey products.
Yay!
Hopefully, I'll be getting more honeycomb.
Ryan, Lisa, Ryan. Sorry, I had to get a couple pictures of Hollie wielding that knife and the honeycomb.
I know.
All right, let me put one more in here so it's not hanging out.
Cool. That's really beautiful.
So that is honey.
Et voila, honey.
Voila. So one of the things also that we do and that you can do at home too is we'll take these are just our regular honeys, but we'll take ginger, we'll dehydrate it, and then we grind it into a powder. And you can sprinkle that powder in your honey and mix it
Oh,
in
nice.
over time.
Yum.
And we do this with rose petals, lavender, spicy pepper. We do a glaze of that I did on Corona Kitchen, that honey glaze. We did that one time.
Can I taste
with
this? Can I
Yeah,
taste
we have a Corona Kitchen question.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was told there is dark honey and light honey. Is that true?
It's true. That is true.
Excuse me.
So the color of honey depends on the season and the temperature, and also what they're feeding on.
Ah,
And like kind of maple syrup, it can get great.
excuse me.
But personally, I think it just depends on what you like. I actually like lighter lighter syrup, and I like darker honey. So it just, it's the
Yeah.
flavors of. But it, remember, this is pollen gathering. This is what this is. So it really just depends on what the bees are feeding on. Bees can fly up to 15 miles.
Yeah.
So eating it.
I'm eating the detritus and the steak.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, God. Yeah, it's
So-
all fun and games till it's on the
Yeah, you can
charcuterie board.
You can always sprinkle it on the honeycomb too,
God.
like we kind of do it if you wanted to do a little, of the rose petal or the lavender. You can also put a little bit of jam on top of it, a little raspberry jam.
Oh, yeah,
A little dollop of that will do you.
Incredible. You could have
gorgeous.
some brie cheese and a cracker. I mean,
I
yum.
know. Now I haven't had dinner yet, but now I'm thinking I think it's a charcuterie board night.
These are ones off the thing, so we're gonna eat them. I'm gonna go.
Oh,
It's
okay.
really good.
Okay, I just want to point out that Hollie'sHomegrown.com now has all of her honeys live on the website, available for purchase.
Thanks to Lisa.
Working on that for with the website today, but yeah, no, all of your stuff is going to be online in the next week or two. So
Thank you.
you don't have to come to Moraga, but if you live here, come on into the store because it's really great.
It's a beautiful shop. It really is a beautiful shop.
Really great. It's
Yeah.
special,
Yeah,
like Holly.
like Holly. Well, thanks, you guys. Thanks for showing us that. That was super cool to see.
It's really fun.
Yeah,
And
that's something you get to-
and you'll see honeycomb every once in a while in the stores. It is expensive, but now you know why.
Yeah.
And it's worth it, to splurge every once in a while, on something
Are
like
you
that.
shipping across the country? We have a question.
We
Yeah.
are. Yeah, anywhere, nationwide.
Yay. Thank you. Yay. Congratulations. As our Corona Kitchen folks are saying, yay.
Love Holly. She's in our cookbook. That Time We Ate Our Feelings, available now for pre-order on Amazon.
Yes.
And
The
Barnes
vinegars and salts are just outstanding. So is everything going to be on there? What's going to be on the site, Paul?
We will eventually have, we did the honeys and the salts today, but we'll have the olive oils and vinegars. We're going to have
Great.
some of the bath and body products, the salve and the bath salt.
Nice.
A lot, the core, all of our core products will be on there. But Lisa's here for 2 weeks. By the time she leaves, it'll be done.
and the really great thing about buying from Holly, if I do say so myself, is all of the herbs and things that she sources are local, whether it's her backyard where she grows these things,
Yeah.
everything's organic, or local farmers, then it's pretty awesome. I mean, what can I say?
I think so.
Yes, flavored olive oil. Correct. That is correct. Facebook user,
Well,
whoever you are.
Use olive oils. We'll have so we buy local California organic olive oil from a farm just about an hour from here, and then we cold infuse it with our herbs that we grow or get from other farms.
Wonderful.
It's about a 3-week process of cold infusing. Then we strain out the plant matter.
Boy,
In
you've
fact,
come a long way from just talking to you in your kitchen, Holly.
we know it's a lot of work.
And you know what I can't wait for is
I know. You used to be a tall black man. What happened? All that stress.
seasonally when the roses come in the spring, they make the hydrosol toners, that you know how, Debriana, how we do it at home in Santa Fe. When my roses come out, I make my toner and it lasts me 6 months, but it's so fantastic.
Yeah. Well, Holly does have wine in the shop, but you're not going to ship that, right?
No, we're not shipping any wine, but you can get the wine at llwine.com.
That's our
Our father's family's vineyard, which is where I source all of our wine.
Yeah.
Lucas and
Great.
Wallen.
Yeah.
Yep. There's one more thing I was gonna say. Lisa keeps eating all the honey.
I'm gonna eat the comb.
Lisa's gonna come home like a dumpling.
Remember anyway.
Oh, well.
Oh God! Well, thanks so much, you guys. We
Thank
had a
you.
wild and fun night.
Thanks
Yeah.
everybody for watching. And do we have anything else to say, Gabrielle?
It's all good. Thanks for hanging out. That was fun. I'm so happy to see your shop growing and everything.
Support your local businesses, small
guys.
businesses.
Support local businesses.
Bye.
Bye, you guys. Have